Everyone, hope all of you are doing great. So in the last video we have deployed all the Uniswap contract locally, and we have written the huge script which allow us to deploy the contract. So if you haven't watched, I'll link in the I button on the description so you guys can follow that. In this video we're going to write the script for deploying tokens. So recently we have created 3 tokens in our contract. So if you come here into the contracts, in the contract file here you will find these 3 tokens: pop up, Ryan and Shoaib. So we're going to build a script to deploy these 3 tokens. We're not going to keep it this one for a time being, we'll keep it for later, but we're going to work on these 3 tokens. So let's write the script very quickly. So let's create a async function, and we'll say main. Inside the function we're going to take a variable owner and signer, and this person is coming from our await ether dot get signer. So this will give us the address of 2 person, like the owner and the signer, and we're going to assign the token to the assigner to the second address. So let's come here, we're going to take a Schwab. The variable will say await ether dot get contract, and we have to give the name of the contract. So we have a token by the name Schwab contract, and we're going to pass it, and the owner is going to be the account owner, and here we have to simply call the deployed await Schwab deployed. So we are deploying that. Let's take the another token which is a Ryan. We'll say await ether dot get contract factory Ryan and honor, and here we have to simply deploy that token. So this is the second token. Now we have the third token. We'll say pop up await ether get contract factory. We have to give the name of the contract honor, and simply we have to deploy the contract token contract. So we'll say pop up deployed. So these are the 3 contract which is ready, which we can deploy now. Come here, we'll take await Schwab, and in that we're going to call this function. So we're going to connect honor, and we're going to connect with Ming function, because we have to initialize, because right now we haven't initialized that how many token we want to create. So we're going to call the min function which we have into the smart contract, and we're going to assign all the token to our signer 2, and honor is going to be the one who going to do that. And that's why we have used this connect function, which allow us to connect and assign the honor to it, assign the token to the signer 2. So we'll say address, and we'll pass this ether utils, and how many tokens we want to create. Let's say million, 1 and after 50 at 50 1 and 50. So this much token we want to create. Now simply come here, we'll do the same thing for the other tokens Ryan, and we'll say connect honor, and we're going to assign the token to the signer 2. We'll pass the address, and we'll pass the UNT, the amount we want to create. So the same amount we want to create. Let's do the same thing for the third token pop up, and we'll call it connect honor. We'll call the min function, and we're going to assign the token to the second honor. Same thing. Looks pretty good to me. Same amount we want to assign. So all the 3 contract we are initializing and creating the token and assigning that token to our signer 2. That looks fine to me. Let's come here. And by the way, if you guys are getting any noise in the background, so please ignore that, okay? Because we are having construction, and you can see the sound is coming. So I don't want to stop the recording because I'm getting a very good flow right now. So if I stop, I maybe get stuck, but everything's working right now. So we'll come here, we'll take a variable, and in that I'm going to take the Schwab address, because once the contract get deployed, we need to take the address, and that address is very important. The address is very important because we're going to utilize those addresses to create the pool, to create the liquidity. So we have to get the address of the token, Schwab, that address we have in this. Let's do the same thing for the other token as well. Ryan address, Ryan address. Now we have the third console, which is a pop-up address and pop-up address. So these are the addresses of the 3 token we are getting, and now we have to simply call this script. So this is the script we're going to run. Hard at run local network localhost, then we have the script and deploy token, and we have to create the main functions. Process.exist, then we have to catch the error if anything goes wrong, and we have to politely shut down, close that. So console log of the error, and then we have to politely stop the application from running, and that looks pretty fine. So hope this entire thing makes sense to all of you guys. Whatever we have done, these are the pretty basic things. So that looks pretty fine. You can see we have the two owners, owner and signer 2. We have the contracts, and here we are deploying that and minting the token, and here we are getting the addresses. So let's quickly deploy this one. So simply grab this one and open up your terminal, and that looks pretty fine. Let's clear the terminal. Make sure that you should run your local blockchain. Okay, don't stop this. And here we're going to paste this and hit enter. So just wait. If everything goes right, it will make sense. So let's see what is the name we have given, deploy deploy token, and here we have called something deploy tokens. Okay, my bad. So simply remove the s because there is no s I have provided. Simply okay, clear the terminal and paste here and hit enter. So it will deploy the tokens we have created, and here you can see the transaction is happening, and boom, we got the 3 token addresses. All we have to do is simply grab this one, copy, and that's what we're going to simply paste here in our here. So simply paste here, and that looks pretty fine. Hope this makes sense to all of you guys. So we have the address of the Uniswap contract, we have the address of the token, but you have to keep one thing in mind, that your blockchain, local blockchain, should be running. You don't need to stop this, because the moment you will stop, it will not work, because the contract address will get changed when you will redeploy the contract. So just imagine that I have deployed this contract and I have stopped my local blockchains, and then I deploy this contract, the token contract. So it will not work. When you deploy the contract, make sure that all the local blockchain is running, and then you are deploying all the script, then it will work, because all the contract, all the addresses are related with one another. The moment you will stop this, it will not work. So that looks pretty fine to me. There is no more problem into this we have. Now what we can do is, we are done with this script now. Now let me bring this down, close this one, and now we have to create the third script, which is a deployed pool. And that's the only thing I want to cover in this video. Hope everything makes sense to all of you guys. If you guys have still any confusion, any error, make sure to rewatch the video and try to understand every simple logic we have built. With that, I'm ending this video. Let's move to the next video. In that, we're going to work on our deploy pool.